About Time with Rashawn's About Time Boxing, aka Mr. Trill 100 Mil. What's up to my About Time Boxing family and the Trill 100 Mil gang? Thank you to every single one of y'all who has been taking out the time to watch the videos, like the videos, share the videos, and leave the comments. I appreciate each and every single one of y'all. If you're watching this video or any of my videos for the first time, please hit that subscribe button and please encourage others to subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to hit the notification button so you can stay up on the latest with Rashawn's About Time Boxing. Real quick, shout out to Rebel Life Boxing. Shout out to Mark Nash, Hustler House Boxing. Shout out to New Media and everybody doing their thing. Yeah, let's keep moving, because YouTube, they messing with my subscribers and my algorithms or whatever you want to call it, but they doing some funny stuff with me, but it's all good though. All right, so now all right, we talking about Shawn Porter on his podcast said that Jaron Ennis was overrated. He said Boots was overrated. Now, this is the same guy when he was promoting his fight with Terrence Crawford, and he was doing the interview with, I don't know if it was Fight Hype or Fight Hub, but shout out to both of them too. One of them, he was sitting on the couch and they was questioning him, and then the guy said, Jaron Ennis. He said, yeah, he's good. Shawn Porter said. Then he said, can Jaron Ennis beat any of these top guys now? Shawn Porter said, and he mentioned Spence, Crawford, these guys. He was like, oh man, you gonna put me on the spot like that? Now, if he didn't think that Boots could do it, he would have been like, oh no, he can't beat those guys now. But he said, oh, so you gonna force me to have to answer that? Then the guy said, all right, I'll just ask you this. Is he ready? Shawn Porter, without hesitation, said, oh yeah, he's ready. He said, definitely. He said, Jaron Ennis is ready. Now, I had did a video some months back, and this is around the time when Keith Thurman and Shawn Porter was both talking about that they didn't want to fight Jaron Ennis, and they was talking about they're retired before they have to fight him and all that. Shawn Porter, and at the time, and if y'all seen the video, y'all know what I'm talking about, because at the time he didn't know how to pronounce Jaron Ennis' name. He called him Jaron Ennis. He was like, oh, Jaron Ennis, oh man, he's a beast. He was like, I don't want to fight him. He said, Jaron Ennis, he said, please don't call me out. This is what he said. But see, these guys on his podcast, they all talking, they all giving Boots his props. And then the one guy sitting next to Shawn Porter says, oh, Shawn Porter, he retired, so the duck Boots. And I think that struck a nerve with him, and it made him angry. And that's why he said, Jaron Ennis, said Boots is overrated. He's overrated. You retired 31-4 with 17 knockouts. Boots is 28-0 with 26 knockouts. You got maybe a little over 50% knockout ratio. Boots got like 90+%, like 98, 97% knockout ratio. He's athletically gifted and skilled. God gifted too. You have none of those skills, Shawn Porter. And I hope that this video reaches you some kind of way. Because see, you turning into the same arrogant, jealous type of person that your father is. Because your pop got that mentality like he knows everything and can't nobody tell him nothing. And it's my way or no way. I guess that's why you call it the Porter Way podcast. Because if it ain't your way, it's no way. But Jaron Ennis went on Twitter. It was like, damn, it's funny how people retire and now I'm overrated. Say, at first you giving me my props, telling me that I'm ready. And now you talking about I'm overrated. He said, it's cool. Keep that same energy. Come out of retirement and fight me then, and show the world that I'm overrated. And I'm gonna be the first to tell y'all, if anything, Jaron Ennis is not overrated. He's underrated. And this is why he's not a champion yet. He's an uncrowned welterweight champion. he should have unified title or at least a slice of that welterweight crown. And I still say he's the uncrowned IBO welterweight champ, whether y'all think that title matters or not. And feel free to drop the comments in the comment sections below. Please leave the comments, because we going to talk about this one. Oh, we going to talk about this one. Some of y'all probably like, oh man, you doing it, because Bucci a guy, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I watched Jaron Ennis as a kid. Yeah. And he's special. See, that's the thing. He's special. He like that. He like that Muhammad Ali, Roy Jones, Floyd Mayweather type special. Indeed, he is. Y'all can disagree all y'all want. But there's a lot of people, when I first started doing videos about Jaron Ennis, there was a lot of people who didn't agree with what I was saying. And they turned to the believers like, no, man, yeah, you're right, man. Boots is good. No, he that guy. Terrence Crawford even said that Jaron Ennis was the biggest threat in the welterweight division. And here you got Shawn Porter, who's, to me, this just seems like he's just, one, he was mad because the boy sitting next to him took the shot at him and said he retired, he ducked Boots and, got out of fighting him by retiring. And then it's just the fact that you look at Jaron Ennis and you see in him what you wish you possessed as a fighter. Because Boots could call himself Showtime if he wanted to. Prime time, whatever he want. Because when he step in that ring, it's a movie when Boots step in that ring. And y'all know it. And he loved to put those type of performances on. But, okay, you lost to Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence, Keith Thurman, Kell Brook. All right, yeah, you beat Devin Alexander. You beat Adrian Broner. You beat Danny Garcia. And you beat Ugas. Ugas, which was, by the way, Errol Spence is going to destroy him. I don't think it's going to be as easy fight as people think, but I got Spence stopping him late. But we talking about this Shawn Porter guy now. And this is why when he was fighting Terrence Crawford, I said, listen, and I said he would retire if he lost that fight, because he's realizing now, like, damn, I can't win the big ones. So is that what you jealous about? Because you see that Boots can win. He's already won the big ones without even winning them yet, and you see it. Because I saw the interview. I watched what you said about Jaron Ennis. You gave the kid his props. You said that he was ready. You said that he was a beast. And now you're saying he's overrated? Where's this coming from? Where's this jealousy coming from? Because guess what? Some of y'all may disagree, and y'all can disagree all y'all want. And like, you know what I say, keep it respectful, but feel free to drop the comments in the comment section below. But Jaron Ennis and Bozy Ennis, his father, are future Hall of Famers. I'm telling y'all, watch. Watch. He's going to surpass Shawn Porter's record. Minus the losses, of course, because Shawn Porter got 4 of them. And the 4 people that you lost to at the time, these were the big ones. These were the big ones. I look at the Kell Brooks, the Broners, the Paulie Malignaggi's, like they were the stepping stones. So you beat those guys, you damn well should have. You were supposed to beat them. Because if you couldn't beat those guys, then you damn sure wouldn't have belonged in the ring with a Terrence Crawford or Errol Spence or, even a Keith Thurman, who I don't like. You know what I'm saying? And my mistake on the Kell Brook joint, because you lost to Kell Brook. You lost to Kell Brook. And Kell Brook was a really good fighter. And you lost to him. And no disrespect to Kell Brook, but I would put Kell Brook on the same level with the Devin Alexanders and the Adrian Brown. He like down there with them. And you see what Terrence Crawford did to Kell Brook in 4 rounds. The same Kell Brook who was giving Golovkin work up until, they had to stop it, because of that injury. But for you to come out and say that Jaron Ennis is overrated, like, you know, I could see now, like, all that playing that good guy role and all that stuff was a facade. You are arrogant. You are. And you hating on Boots. Why? Why? You hating on him, but you still want to see him fight every time he fight. But yeah, you retired because you know now that your father. See, and this is the thing, like Floyd Mayweather said it. Some trainers are good for amateur training, but that don't mean you're going to be good as a pro. And your father was instrumental in a lot of the amateur, you know, training or Olympic training, all the amateur fights. And he was good as an amateur trainer. But now you talking about the big leagues, the pros. And no, your father is not a better trainer than Derek Bozy Ennis. He's not. I know that for a fact. I don't care how many amateurs your father worked with. I'm telling you. Bozy is smarter, way more strategic, and he understands the fight game better than most. This is why I said Brian Custer should do an interview just with Bozy alone, so y'all can dive into the mind of this masterful genius. One of the smartest minds in boxing. Believe me when I tell y'all this. And y'all don't have to agree with me, but I'm telling y'all, Bozy is one of the smartest minds in boxing. It's just that Derrick James and everybody else got the recognition based on who they were with. But I'm telling y'all, Bozy Ennis is one of the smartest minds in this entire sport of boxing, bar none. And way smarter than Kenny Porter. And I'm not trying to downplay nothing that, you know, that Kenny Porter and his son accomplished together. Congratulations to what y'all accomplished. But you couldn't win the big ones. And so you gonna hate on this kid because you see he has the potential to not only do everything you did, but to surpass and break any records that you ever had or could have thought or dreamed of accomplishing. Everybody see the threat that Jaron Boots Ennis is. If you don't see it, you lying to yourself. Because it's funny how, and even throughout the podcast, they talked about Leo Santa Cruz's comeback and all these other fighters and all that, and they talking about the fighters that they fought and all, you know what I mean? And it's like, y'all give these guys their props and talk about how they still showing shades of greatness, but no matter who Jaron Ennis fight, he still hasn't proven anything. Why do I feel like this conversation that I'm having is a repetitious thing? Like I said before, and we not listen, the weight classes, we not talking about that. We just talking about the fighters in general. Lomachenko beat Richard Comey, he's back. Keith Thurman beat Mario Barrios. All of a sudden, yeah, Thurman is a. All these, I mean, you know what I mean? Come on. Gervonta Davis, like I said before, beat some of the same people that Lomachenko fought. But Loma was great when he beat him, but Tank still had to prove something. No insult to Terrence Crawford. When Terrence Crawford knocked out Delorme, it was, oh man, you know, like Bud, yeah, he that guy. But then now, when Jaron knocked him out, now all of a sudden, oh well, you know, he still got to fight somebody else, and he still got to try to prove. Why do y'all think? I swear. Why do y'all think Jaron Ennis is making all of these, every opposition that he's been in the ring with? Why do y'all think he's making them look mediocre? Y'all don't see? Y'all don't see what's going on here? He makes them look mediocre because that's a confirmation of how dedicated and how hard he trains. But not only that, this goes to show you that those guys they're not on his level. That's why he making them look like that. But instead of y'all looking at it like, oh yeah, he need to be in there with the top guys, y'all like, oh well, he ain't beat nobody. Look at these people he fight. He ain't. Y'all looking at it all wrong. All wrong, y'all looking at it. Even when he fought Lipinets, when Lipinets fought Mikey Garcia, he was a threat. When he stopped Lamont Peterson, oh, Lipinets gonna be a problem at 47. But soon as Boots stop him, knock him out, now all of a sudden is, Oh well, yeah, but he's still, now Lipman S was a blown up, junior welterweight and all this stuff. Like I'm telling you, the same stuff they did to Floyd. Instead of giving him credit for winning, they make up excuses for why the opposition lost. Why do y'all feel the need to stack the deck against this kid so bad like that? And all he's trying to do is just prove that he can compete with the best. He deserved that, right? He has earned it. He's earning it, and he has earned that right. Why do everybody feel the need to stack the deck against this kid so bad? For the life of me, I can't understand it. We know Keith Thurman lied, said he didn't know who he was, didn't know nothing about him, and then saying one time is known for his honesty. Then you get on the joint with Brian Cushing talking about, okay, yeah, I know who he is. But basically everything he said in there was just really saying like, yeah, but I don't want to fight that guy. He gonna ruin my chances of getting back at the top. But if Boots get at the top and you not up there yet, then you gonna have to see him. Because I don't give a damn what none of y'all say. The one thing Jaron Ennis is not, he's not a gatekeeper. Another thing that he's not a prospect. He's a legitimate contender. I keep telling y'all that. He's no longer a prospect. He's past that stage. And in my eyes, he's an uncrowned champion. Because like I said before, shoot, I think Shawn Porter was 17-0 when he became a world champion. So why is it that Jaron Ennis got almost 30 professional fights with 26 knockouts and he still got to prove stuff? Who the did you fight to prove that you deserve to get a title shot when you got yours? See, you're going to always carry that. See, the one thing Shawn Porter was worried about was having that stigma on him that he can't win the big one. And every time he see guys like Jaron Ennis, that's a reminder that he can't win the big ones. And how your father failed you. Why are you mad? Because you and your father-son combination, and so is Jaron Ennis and his father. But they making beautiful music together. Your father failed you every time. That's why even when you was training for Crawford, he talking about he not worried about Terrence Crawford. He just paying attention to everything that you doing wrong. But you not focusing on what the opposition does wrong so you can come up with a strategy to try to counter that? How do you know what he's doing wrong if you're not paying attention to what the opposition is doing right? Thinking man's game. Uncle Roger Mayweather. Bozy is very methodical, very strategic. He's a legitimate thinker, and so is Jaron Ennis. And you can see how well their relationship translate in and outside of the ring. Those who know them like that. But for Shawn Porter, now, because I'm going to play a little bit of this audio, and if y'all listen real close, you're going to hear the guy say, yeah, Shawn Porter ducked Boots, and he sat back in the chair. I could tell that joint struck a nerve. It struck a nerve with you, didn't it? Showtime. When was the show? Because you had an aggressive style that gave the appearance or the like thereof that you were more busier and doing things. You just had a style that made you look like you were busier. You wasn't putting on no show. And if you were Showtime, then you would rise to the occasion when you fought the big ones, and you couldn't. Between you and your father, y'all couldn't come up with nothing for you to win the big ones when they counted. But you gonna say Jaron Ennis is overrated. Why? So if you come out of retirement, and I said I bet anybody that Shawn Porter ain't gonna come out of retirement to fight Jaron Ennis, because he know when Terrence Crawford fought him and he knocked him down, Kenny Porter stopped that fight. But if he fight Jaron Ennis, Boots is not only will Boots stop him, hurt him, but he'll stop him. He'll knock him out. And then Shawn Porter will be retired indefinitely for sure. And he know that. He talking about, oh, why can't I just have one more left in me? You got more than one more fight left in you, but you got out of there because you know people was going to start. Because, see, he got that gatekeeper mentality. And they even talked about that on his podcast. How do you not become that? Or they talk about a guy, you know, you lose 4 fights, and then next thing you know, all of a sudden, he's not the guy. Why you had to pick the number 4? Why you had to say a guy lose 4 fights? Because you were talking about yourself and how you see yourself and how you think the media and the general public perceives you. But you starting to be a phony, man. Listen, because I know this video was kind of long. And I apologize to y'all for that, but this is a necessary. And I want to play this audio. And let's just hear it.
One time, it's like, I don't know about one time. You ain't putting away guys like that. And I think after he fought you, after he fought Danny, after he got hurt by Collazo, he got hurt by Josecito Lopez, and then I think his ring IQ was like, all right, I can't just knock people out. I got to box. Mm-hmm. And I can win by boxing. I think Keith can beat almost anybody by boxing. He's smart. Mm-hmm. But I'm a little concerned, like when you got a guy that's dead to rights, not even dead to rights, that's a little hurt, and you don't step on the gas to see where his heart's at. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. I think he can't run into a fight with Spencer Ugas after this. Mm-mm. He needs another fight.
Fight Butaya, maybe Stan Jonas. If you go after going through 12 rounds of pressure with those guys, you're good.
Yeah.
All that rust will be
gone. That's exactly what it is with Stan Jonas.
Yeah.
Butayev, I got a feeling he could get Butayev out of there, but Stan Jonas is going to be there.
I want a piece of that. Boots.
He wants a piece of everybody.
Yeah, we know.
But they don't want a piece of him.
Wanted Shawn. Shawn ducked him and retired.
I think if you talk to Jaron Ennis right now and ask him anyone at 147 or 154, he's like, yep.
That's the fight.
Shawn ducked him and retired.
Start making performance for Boots. He looks at because he still got a name, of course, right? You know, former unified champion, a guy who could fight that was knocking people out. Boots looks at that young, he's like that, and that's a hell of a fight. Does it get made? Probably not in the near future. But I think Keith did enough. I wrote a piece called "This Keith Thurman's Last Stand" because if he didn't look good in this fight, that might have been a Boots' opponent.
Where can we find that?
SportingNews.com. On the SportingNews.com.
And you know who lost themselves into a Boots fight is Barrios.
Huh?
He lost himself into a Boots fight. He lost himself into a Boots fight.
I'm not gonna lie to you. That fight would be ugly for Barrios.
Yes, it would.
But he'll be there to fight.
No, he's not for long.
I know. I'm just saying. If it's 30 seconds, 30 seconds.
Don't y'all believe that?
He'll be in the ring to fight.
Yeah.
Don't y'all believe it?
Where's my single? I got something to say.
Now y'all about to hear the bullshit.
No, you're right here.
I'm right here.
You're out of control.
Okay, all right, you're right there. Go ahead. Okay.
Yeah.
He's coming back.
Yep, there you go.
I got scared.
Oh, you got no, you have to.
No.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought for a second you said I got scared of Boots, and I was like, oh, that's
Me too.
I mean, it's true, but you don't say that.
You gotta come back, and you know I don't even want you to come back.
Boots is overrated.
Whoa. No, you don't want us to get carried away. You gotta see something.
Boots is overrated.
Get the hell
Shawn.
Whoa.
You shut your mouth too over there,
I think he's the most gifted fighter in boxing, but when he's getting caught,
Said he's the most gifted fighter in boxing. What he's saying? When he's getting caught, listen, y'all don't even understand the illusion that Boots creates when he's in that ring. See, this is what I'm trying to tell y'all. Listen, if you're watching this video for the first time, please subscribe to the channel. Please pass the word and tell everybody that you know. Listen, subscribe to this Rashawn's Bout Time Boxing. Become part of that Bout Time Boxing family and Trill 100 Mil gang. But please leave the comments in the comment section below. Shawn Porter, you are out of order. Jaron Ennis is not overrated. He's underrated. If anybody was overrated, it was you. And I hope you see this video. I really do. I hope this video reaches you so you can understand how overrated you were as a professional. Come on, man. Cut that stuff out. Jaron Ennis would pick you apart. Listen, when Jaron Ennis, if he fought Shawn Porter, that's like a hungry man looking at food, plate of food. And believe me when I tell you, Boots would clear that plate easy. Subscribe to the channel. Pass the word about Rashawn's About Time Boxing. Appreciate y'all.